SMA reader, Crow's Song, and today I will be reading to you from Rival Schools by Cake. But before we get on to the next chapter, I should let you know that there is a smut warning, and I will be putting timestamps in the description. That being said, on to chapter 13. Competition awaits. America stared out the window as the car entered the neighborhood. His sisters and Belarus were all sitting behind him. He was sitting up front next to Russia and Ukraine, the car having a jump seat in the middle, which they put Russia in. He could tell that everyone else was relieved to finally be able to sleep in a comfortable bed, especially with the grand size of all these houses. America, on the other hand, was terrified. What if he went to his cross-country meet and he was ambushed by the police? What if him and Russia broke up here and they were forced to still live with each other? Apparently, Dev lives here at the very end, Ukraine muttered out, obviously observing both the road and the houses. Jesus Christ. That's a bad word, Kiwi suddenly chirped, calling Ukraine out. I'm an adult, basically. Don't worry. Bad word! Holy, is that one at the very end his? What's the numbers? 45490. America read out. That's his. Whoa! Mansion! Kiwi was most definitely correct as the large gated house came face to face with them. A large driveway large enough for 20 cars, 3 damn stories. It was definitely a mansion, if not a castle. A man stood on the grass next to the entrance, him looking all too much like Soviet and his children. A large smile on his face and a cup of coffee in his hands. It was 8:30 after all. He politely waved at the car of children and walked up to the driveway. Ukraine followed him up, her mouth slightly agape. You look like you've just seen the biggest pair of tits ever, Russia whispered jokingly, immediately causing Ukraine to elbow him harshly. Once they got out of the car, he finally spoke, a thick accent accompanying his words. It's nice to see you three again, and even more lovely to meet you four, he said, a large smile present. I do understand that you have a competition at 3:45, is that correct? I'll let you borrow one of my cars. Don't worry, let me show you to your rooms. He led them all upstairs and sent them their ways, letting America and Russia sleep in the same room. It seemed to be a family dynamic of the Slavs to allow the dating and immature children to sleep together. America didn't understand it. You and I can both fuck on this bed and sleep without worrying about changing sheets, Russia joked, laying on the king-sized bed. Do you want to talk now? Yes, please. Go ahead, I'm listening, Russia said, patting the bed next to him. America climbed into the bed and rested himself next to Russia, his head being supported by Russia's arm. He curled himself up and held onto Russia's other hand, which laid across the man, providing America with the comfort he needed. I'm so fucking scared, Russ. What if I'm doing my 3-mile-long run and the police ambush me? Or I get hurt and have to go to the hospital and the police take me? Or what if they prevent me from competing at all? I got us as a team and as an individual to the final and biggest championship in the world. Russia was fighting every urge to get up and hobble to America, pushing him into the bed and forcing sleep onto him. Keep going, I'm listening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you wake me up in 2 hours? I think I need to sleep. Definitely. Come here, Russia mumbled in response. America crawled up to where Russia was and laid down, holding his arm and hiding his face. America always struggled with anger. It was one of the reasons none of his relationships worked. America slowly willed himself to sleep, Russia rubbing his shoulder. He whispered softly in his native tongue into America's ear, occasionally pecking a kiss onto his forehead. Finally, America was at his competition. He stood there, standing in the uniform he hasn't worn in over a week. Spain and Brazil were standing by his side, scoping out the competition. There, that small fella from Starling Lake, see him? Brazil pointed, waiting for both other men to notice him. His name's Israel. He's a fucking powerhouse. His run is a 16:21 for the 3 mile. He's your biggest competitor from the Central Division. We're Eastern, There's someone from St. Victoria, Spain pointed out. His name is Mongolia. His 3 mile time is 17:25. Yours is 17:38. I know him. I beat him once and once only, America mumbled. I haven't been practicing as much as I should have, though. Use your anxiety to your benefit. You'll find a way. Over there from the Ocean Division is Philippines. His time is 16:17. Basically, I need to do 3 miles in 5 minutes if I want any chance of beating them. Yep. Wait, who the hell is that skinny kid with the Western Division? Oh shit, him. He's South Africa. His time is 16:02. He's literally a prodigy. I'm fucking losing. Suddenly, America made eye contact with the man from St. Victoria, causing the other man to walk over to him. America bit down on his nervousness, smiling gently as to not seem too much like a bitch. You're America. That's me. You're Mongolia? Yep, Russia's best friend. He's told us about you, called you a dumbass, and the most amazing man in his life. Oh, I'm going to assume you're pretty chill then. I just wanted to say congratulations and meet you to see if it was really you. If you get surrounded by a group of us, just know we're either Russia's closest friends or his toxic-ass fan base. I'll keep that in mind. Hey, Brazil interjected. You both need to get a time under 16 minutes. Just PR. This horrid competition, and you both should place top 10 at least. Pray Russia's good at massages, Mongolia laughed. The cramps and soreness after this race will be insane. Ukraine should know if he doesn't. I hope. We are staying with his rich-ass grandpa. 30 minutes out, though. Maybe he'll buy something to teach Russia. All competitors, make your way to the starting line now. After some last-second strategies, America and Mongolia took their places at the end of the group of runners. They were both competing in the same division, so they decided they'd stick together with each other through the ruck, giving each other motivation if they needed it. When the race finally commenced, they kept a steady pace near the back, waiting for people to start dropping like flies. They quickly began passing people halfway through, slowly increasing their speed as they ran through the forest. Soon they were with the top 3 runners: Israel, Philippines, and South Africa. America and Mongolia were able to pass the first 2, but not South Africa. They were nearing the end and had yet to close the space between them and South Africa. Book it, Mongolia breathed out, rocketing himself forward at a speed impossible to maintain. America quickly followed, extending his stride and quickening his pace. He and Mongolia finally overtook South Africa, and the finish line came into view, sending them both into a faster run. America felt his cramps forming in his legs, while Mongolia felt his breath disappear, but they continued. Just before they crossed the line, Mongolia slowed down, allowing America to win. Now there the two were, on the ground next to each other, breathing as heavily as possible. America had a huge smile on his face, Mongolia is not as large. The two had finished top 2 with America winning, the biggest accomplishment for the two. What do you think we got? Definitely PR'd, that's all I know. The two now sat with each other and a group of people under a large oak tree for shade while the competition kept going. America, Brazil, and Spain were almost outcasts from the St. Victoria kids, if it weren't for the fact that they were all Russia's friends, and were trusted with the secret of their relationship. No, because we were all skipping prayer, and Russia tells us that his dad bought him a box of condoms. If you've ever met his dad, that was the most unlikely thing he's ever done. Have you guys used them yet? A girl asked. Romania! Nah, we, just started dating. I like to wait at least a few months of knowing someone before we get that deep. America responded. You've literally sucked his dick the first night you were together. Spain interjected, calling America out on his bullshit. I said that deep, as in my ass getting fucking destroyed, Spain. My ass has yet to be destroyed. What a slacker, a different girl mumbled. Russia really pushes things off, Speaking of which, he's not coming at all? Oh, okay, so Russ might have told you about my family situation, but in case he hasn't, it's abusive. Basically, my dad beat me enough to land me in the hospital, so his dad got my parents arrested, though it didn't last long. But also took my sisters into shelter, and then they, my parents, told me I would be charged with kidnapping if I didn't bring my sisters back, but they didn't care about me. Russia's dad sent us to his dad, so if Russia was here, it would be very bad since we're both basically wanted by the police back at home. Yeah, but they suck ass. Do you think they'd even care to listen? Let's hope not. They talked for a little longer until America got his first place medals and trophy, and then got driven home by Brazil, who rode with Spain, so he still had a ride back. America quickly showed off his achievements and ran upstairs to Russia, showing it off to him as well, telling him how it went. So, Mongolia and I both PR'd. I got 1547. He got 1552. Isn't that cool? Oh, and I got to meet some of your friends. They were so cool. We joked about the box of condoms. Oh my god, did Tuva bring that up? Yeah. What happened after that? Romania asked if we ever used them. She's super funny. Well, we can use them, can't we? You brought them. Why? You want to use them? Where are they? My backpack. America found the box and tossed them over to Russia, locking the door and turning around. He made his way over to Russia, stripping himself in the process, before climbing onto the bed and kissing Russia deeply. Russia snaked his hands down to America's back, to his ass, gripping it tightly. Russia had already stripped, so America took the condom and placed it on his boyfriend's hard cock, spitting on it and rubbing him to lube him up. America aligned himself with Russia's dick, pushing himself down with a muffled moan. Russia moved America up and down, observing America's body. Being horny little teenage boys, they both weren't lasting long at all. Maybe 10 minutes later, America came all over Russia's chest, and Russia came into the condom. They both only laughed after, Russia kissing America sporadically across the face. You should get some rest, Russia mumbled with a kiss. Don't leave me then. I won't, I promise. And that's the end of this chapter. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.